guys, welcome back to the hangar. In this episode, we are going to be doing some long overdue maintenance on my 2007 F-150. So like I said, this is a 2007 and it has amazingly low miles for its year. It actually has less than 75,000 miles on it. So I fully anticipate getting another 5 to 10 years out of this truck. So I'm trying to do everything I can to keep it running in tip-top shape. You may be seeing in a previous video where I updated the deck on the flatbed that I built for this truck. In this episode, we are going to be doing, like I said, some long overdue maintenance that you generally do every 50 or 60,000 miles. So what I want to get done is I want to change the transmission fluid, I want to change the gear oil in the rear diff, and I want to do a coolant flush. I don't know if we'll get all three of those done in this video, but let's not waste any time and let's pull her into the shop. Well, all right, we got her at least part way inside. I am looking forward to the day that I can get this travel trailer out of the hangar so I actually have room to use this shop. But a little bit more background on this truck. It is the little 4.3 liter V6 engine in it. It has the 5-speed manual transmission, 2-wheel drive truck. So it is the bare bones base model work truck. There is absolutely nothing special about it. I think the only add-on it came with was essentially air conditioning. But other than that, it is, like I say, it's just a work truck. So forgive me if it's filthy. But, you know, the inside of it, it's just got the cloth interior, crank windows, standard AM, FM radio. Like I say, it's got the 5-speed manual transmission. There's really nothing more to it than that. So with that being said, let's start with changing the transmission fluid. Okay, so here we are under the vehicle from the driver's side. So that way is towards the front of the vehicle. See all the front suspension, and there's my front hitch. And here's my manual transmission. So these manual transmissions are fairly easy to change the transmission fluid in. It's not like an automatic transmission where you'll have a pan that you have to drop out and change a filter. It's just got a simple fill plug and a drain plug here. So this is, I believe, one of the M5OD transmissions. So it's a 5-speed transmission, but it's actually made by Mazda, is who Ford got these transmissions from. These Mazda M5OD transmissions were used in a wide range of vehicles. So here is a list of all the vehicles that this video would also pertain to if you're looking to change your transmission fluid. Now, I'm assuming these drain and fill plugs are some large metric size socket that I don't have. So I got a 6.15/16, and it seems to fit on here fairly snug. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the fill plug off, and then pull the drain plug off and let all of the fluid drain. So it's pretty black, but not real bad. Take a look at my drain plug here. Not just a whole lot of metal on the magnet. So that looks pretty good. Say that, there's a little bit here. Not as bad as you'd think for as many times as I've ground gears in this thing. Put the drain plug back in. So this is the first time I've ever changed the transmission fluid in this vehicle. First thing that kind of surprises me is that how easy those were to pull off. They were not torqued on with just a whole lot of torque. So that being said, when I go to tighten this back up, I'm going to give it just a bump and not over tighten it. Good. So for transmission fluid, I got 6 quarts of this Mercon 5 ATF, Mercon V, whatever you call it, pretty standard ATF. I was surprised that ATF is actually what the owner's manual or the shop manual called for. I thought it was going to be like a thicker gear oil for a manual transmission, but they did say to go ahead and put Mercon 5 ATF. This stuff was fairly affordable, wasn't that much money. I think it calls for 5 quarts, so I bought 6 just in case. So let's throw it in the transmission. Okay, so this is not really rocket science. You just put your little siphon pump into the fill port, and we are just going to pump it full of transmission fluid till it runs out of the fill hole. That's all there is to it. So, got my hose already in the fill port. Let's back our drain pan up a little bit. Put my suction side into this quart of ATF. Yeah, it looks like that's it. That's full. Give her one more pump. Yep, looks good. Take this hose that's in my fill port and we'll put it into one of the clean empty bottles that we just used, and we'll recover, or attempt to recover, all of this hose volume of ATF, because there's quite a bit still in this hose. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the fill plug back in. Let's wipe down all the extra. We will bump that back tight. Good. And there you go. There's changing the transmission fluid in an M5OD manual transmission, 2007 F-150. So after I'm done, I always grab a funnel and drain all the extra from the bottoms of the bottles that I couldn't pump out into one of the empty bottles. So all in all, I used about 4.5 quarts is what I needed. So if you were to do this yourself, I think you could probably get away with 5 quarts. And that's it. That's all there is to changing out the transmission fluid on these M5OD or whatever they are transmissions. They don't have a dipstick that comes up into the entry compartment, which I guess it's just kind of the way that modern engines have been going. So all you can do is really fill it up and confirm that you have your level all the way up to that fill plug. There is no other way to really check the transmission fluid level other than that fill plug. So that's all there is to it. So I thank you for watching, appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next video.